Are we on the internet at last?
Well, yeah, now that Travis is here.
That asshole. Good evening, and welcome to an all-new episode of Talks Machina. I am Brian W. Foster, and I will be your host for the evening. Tonight, we're discussing episode 102 of Critical Role, Race to the Tower. We're also giving out your GIF and Fan Art of the Week prizes and answering your questions with my guests, Ashley Johnson, Matthew Mercer, Travis Willingham, and Marisha Ray. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Hit it. Hello. I don't know why I said that. Welcome back. Hello. Hello. I'm Harry Carey.
Barely.
What's up, guys?
Hey. Hi.
Full couch and chair.
Couch and chair, I think is
Couch
our new,
and chair.
the new
Full couch and
LLC.
stuff. Yeah,
Full couch and chair.
HR couch and stuff?
HR.
Stuff LLC, a California Sacramento
Puffin
limited
stuff.
liability company.
Well, another day, another Tuesday. We have some announcements to get into.
Oh boy.
nice.
A lot
Yes.
to talk about episode 102, but we're gonna
much.
so much. Lots of questions. Up first, Signal Boost with Ashley Johnson is out.
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Geek and Sundry website, YouTube,
It's amazing.
Project Alpha. It's amazing.
That was so fun.
Please tell me you don't boost any like books or anything.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Maybe like 4 of them.
2.
Nobody
Yeah, 2.
Nobody reads.
People read.
Everybody
I read.
reads. Wednesday Club is on Wednesdays, 12 noon.
What?
On Twitch, Geek and Sundry.
Soon to move.
Soon to move to nighttime, right?
Yep, 7
7
p.m.
p.m. on Wednesday nights. Great.
Next week.
Smart idea,
Yep.
keeping Wednesday Club on Wednesdays.
Said one of my producers.
Yes.
Smart dealy.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a good plan.
We
Next
have
week.
confirmation from the other world over there.
Yeah.
Merch,
Excited.
Slayer's Cake. Take-
Posters.
Posters are in the store.
Posters.
Not for
David
long.
Mack
Slayer's
posters,
Cake
not for long.
aprons.
We're almost out.
Which they're gone tomorrow.
Yeah, Thursday's the
gone.
last day.
Thursday's
No,
the
last
no,
day.
wait, Friday.
Thursday.
Friday.
Friday.
Friday is the last
We are the
day.
best at giving
Sign.
announcements.
You guys just got
Where's Laura
6
when we
different
need her?
answers. They just
Sign
got
posters
6
on
different answers
Friday.
from 5 different people.
Poster
pretty much.
posters
This is-
on next Friday, the 7th.
Yes.
Okay.
There you
Get
go.
your signed poster. You have until Friday.
You
Yes,
heard it
this
here
After
first.
that.
So hopefully your payday lands on Thursday.
Yes. Do you know what else lands on Thursday? Matt Mercer's birthday.
Oh.
We got you a cake for your birthday. However,
What happened to
I had some edibles earlier and got really hungry. But it used to say, "Happy birthday, my precious gumdrop, Matthew Mercer," with your middle name, but I edited that out. Now it just says, "Pray for Tibet."
It looks like someone's dog got into it. What happened to the back end?
In the kitchen.
It's been in the
since
kitchen.
yesterday.
Everybody's just been forking
Oh.
it.
It has glitter on top. I don't know if
Well,
you
that's
guys can
forking
tell.
It's really
ridiculous.
good.
I feel like I should have some,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I
good.
should.
Please.
You
No,
think-
it's not from yesterday.
Are you the canary in the coal mine? Are we okay?
We're okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Yeah. We're all going
They
to
tend to
we're all going to trip out for after
real
dark
good.
because I put a bunch of LSD in the cake. Just kidding.
So it'll kick in just as we
Taliesin
finish,
did it. Taliesin did it.
Taliesin would.
He was like, "Am I on the show tonight?" I said, "No." He goes, "Bloop, bloop, 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 bloop." Up next, July 3rd. This is really cool. I'm going to do a shout out for a friend of ours. Jennifer Murrow has written a Star Wars episodic series.
Yes.
Our friend, huge D&D nerd, plays in my home game, huge fan of Critical Role. July 3rd, Star Wars Forces of Destiny comes out on Disney and a YouTube channel and Star Wars and all that stuff.
so good.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
And Jennifer
Yeah.
wrote it. We are very proud of you. We love you. I know you're watching, unlike Sam. No Talks Machina next Tuesday because it is the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It says on my card, Brian Foster is doing a big old barbecue bash.
Hey,
Oh, what's your address?
Spelled with a Y, it's not me.
Oh,
Brian.
It's the guy that everyone on Reddit complains about. Brian with a Y. Shipmates.
Also, the guy in all of our press releases.
Yes, also the guy on the website and
Man,
the guy
so
from
confusing.
MomoCon. The guy from MomoCon.
Don't get it.
Yeah, no talks next Tuesday. We'll probably double up the week after, but we're going to give all the hardworking people here the night off. Just me. No, everyone's going to be. Shipmates. Shipmates is the code for 60 days free of alpha.
I was like, I don't know.
I was
Shipmates.
like, where's he going with this?
Shipmate.
Shipmates. If you want to try alpha free for 60 days, Shipmates.
Oh my God, if you say it one more time.
What was that again?
60 days free alpha, Matt?
Yeah.
The code?
What's the code? That one.
Shipmates.
Okay, cool. I want to
What
make
the
sure.
cake used to say. That's it. All right. Let's dive into episode 102. Now,
Oh God. Oh shit.
centuries and centuries of psychology have taught us two emotions can live in the same heart at one time. And because of that, I say that I both love and hate the show Critical Role. And episode 102 is exactly why. I rewatched it today. I was very disturbed. I was sad. I was mad at you. And then I was very happy about the way that you handled things. And then I got mad again. And then I wrote here, be nice to Matt.
That was meant to be read before.
We were going to do a Lord Have Mercer segment, but then I figured the whole show is probably going to end up being
Look,
Lord Have Mercer.
I have half the internet wanting to fight me after that episode. So thanks for the cake.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you get to the big extreme levels.
Miss you, baby.
It's okay. The camera was on me. The camera was on me for that.
Thank
Thankfully.
God. Thank God.
Thankfully.
I got nervous and just all over myself.
Okay. Well, Matt, we're going to start with you, Dr. Drools.
Okay.
This is from @Fairlyanth.
Hi, Fairly Ann.
Matt, what was your favorite part about getting to reveal the big bad and the biggest challenge?
Well, it's exciting but both very daunting. The Whispered One, Vecna, is a very, very classic historical D&D villain, and there's a lot of pressure in trying to do that right, both on a challenge level and personality-wise. And you've only seen a glimmer of him because he only just arrived, but wanted to make him creepy, seemingly all-knowing, very much in control and not showing any sign of distress or weakness, and so wanting to encapsulate all those elements into it while still concentrating on all the other facets of the battle and the setup to it, and the fact that you earthquake the tower over right beforehand, and a bunch of weird shit.
I love
But
that
no,
you just got in on that. Oh, well, you kind of had something to do with it.
It's my fucking idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's
Kind of
fair.
had something to do with it.
But yeah. So
She's like, oh, that's right. You were there.
for me too, it was the beginning of a culmination of a lot of planning and a very long time having this kind of story in the back of my head. Since I designed the whole Briarwood arc, because with any campaign you can't design, or you can, but you generally don't figure out what the final villain's going to be until you know everyone's on board for a lengthy campaign. And so it wasn't until we had gotten this deep into the campaign and began to develop some storylines with Vecna that may eventually come to pass that I began to really get excited for this eventual reveal.
What was the biggest challenge for this episode? The maps?
The biggest challenge was having any idea how they're going to go about it. So I don't know if it got mentioned on stream, but there was like 3 or 4 different battle maps that once again never will see the light of day. 2 of which were in the tower that got toppled. But that's
Sorry.
all. No, don't be sorry. That was great.
That's how it works.
You wiped out a bunch of creatures and a bunch of challenges that were going to kind of lead up to that encounter.
Was there another way in?
Oh yeah, but there's through the tower, up from the
We
inside.
didn't see any doors or windows, right?
Well, you didn't get close enough to do that. When you got 500 feet, you just took the tower down.
We just shook it.
And on the battle map, on the battle map of the night,
we don't trust it.
yeah, there was a staircase that led up to the top, so you could have gone through the tower up, which is kind of one of my expected arrivals. I did expect you guys to maybe even try and fly there, but then with the Gloomstalkers, it would have been an issue. But you just brought the tower down to you, and kind of avoided that immediate issue.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting, unique series of choices that brought us to that point. So for me, the challenge was just trying to adapt to what they were doing and still make it seem like a cool reveal. Because when the final boss is like, "Ha ha, welcome to my lair," and you're like, "Push it over."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, "Ha ha, welcome to." You know,
We're good, actually. We're good.
Built so many maps.
I know.
It's like a 4-year-old in a sandcastle.
Yeah. But it was also the idea that, you know, with such a powerful ritual site, there would be protections based onto it with the importance of that statement. And that was basically like an adapted Odaluk's resilient sphere type spell that just encapsulated and protected the top of the tower, but it couldn't protect the rest of it. And so everything else just got destroyed beneath them.
Dope.
Anyway, long-winded answer.
Do you physically go push over the maps when Marisha
Yeah, they're off stage. and he just-
Yeah, I just knock them over.
turns the tables over. Marisha, Rhombosaurus is here
Hi, Rhombosaurus.
with a question for you that says, what's more important to Keyleth right now, stopping Vecna or bringing Vax back? Now, to catch the viewers up if you missed 102, your boyfriend was killed by your fiance. That's what the title of the episode should have been.
This is getting convoluted now.
Your imaginary boyfriend was killed by your real-life fiance.
Yeah.
An episode of Maury.
Seriously.
Articulated.
I think Vecna is going to take a lot of time and a lot of planning, and I think it's going to be like another Thordak situation. I don't think it's going to be something that we've learned that we can beat by ourselves in the next few days, and part of that equation to Keyleth is definitely going to be Vax. So, no, she's going to be pretty determined on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah.
But think you're free now. You're free to go explore all that, you know, random guy ass that you've been looking at in the campaign, and you've just been held back by your relationship.
Oh yeah, totally. All the prime choices out there. I
think,
Victor.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's got to be a freak.
Gotta be.
I think
Imagine what that claw can do.
random guy ass submitted a
Cheerio.
question that's going to be coming up later on.
Man, so many options.
So many.
Missed my window with Cash. He's with Zara now.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Jeez.
Well, the book we're releasing next year after the campaign guide is The Man Ass of Taldore.
It's a full-out calendar.
Yeah. It's a supplementary module. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you guys to try it out.
It should be called Towel Dore, and then just have
Oh, amazing.
whatever.
Advent calendars each month with the
Tell
towels.
Dory?
I love it. I love it.
It's all like in what do you call those things that people used to wear to those parties I was never invited to?
Togas.
Togas.
Togas. Thank you, Travis.
Sure.
Guy who never invited me to a toga party. Travis, question for you from @ModernSnow.
Modern Snow.
Fuck, but they need that vintage
Informer.
shit. Give me the
Get us
modern
up and
shit.
up and up and down.
How frustrated?
Wow.
I loved that in 6th grade, y'all.
We all did it in 6th grade.
We all
That
did it.
CD at Target.
Heck yes.
How frustrated were you and Grog with how little you were able to actually participate in the encounter?
Oh, not at all. I was stoked to not be disintegrated. Like I was such a fan of what was happening because very rarely do we have 3 giant problems in one map. Vecna, who we had really no idea how awful that was going to go. Delilah, who was still wrecking us with every turn. And then that fucking Death Knight, who we didn't even really get to see what he did until like the 3rd or 4th round or whatever. And then he was like, Doctor Strange, peace, you're out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're in another plane. This is really fucked. So I wasn't frustrated at all. I am a fan of when things go really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the game is the most fun to me. If things are going well, I'm usually bored or
Right.
shopping. But so
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun for me. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I will
Yeah.
say you didn't do nothing. You took Delilah almost single-handedly
that's
from
right.
full health to near death in
Yeah.
one round of
That's
combat.
right.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short, man. You can fill out a Cheers t-shirt pretty well, too.
Listen, fucker, I'm gonna
Get him.
I'm gonna
go.
Don't go. Ashley and Marisha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cardamonalaw asks, after all the dungeon crawls and layers the party has had to grind through over the years, how satisfying was it to just once be able to say nope and bring one of the damn things crashing down?
I mean, it was pretty awesome.
Pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
That's pretty much what I had going on in my head. It was just like, that's awesome. Yeah.
There was still a part of me though that thought I was nervous it wasn't going to do anything.
I would have been so upset.
Yeah, I think I was more nervous. I was just like,
Because we
I don't know
burned
if
our
it's gonna do
8th
anything,
level
but
spells
yeah.
doing that.
And
Well,
that's
I was
my
like-
highest level right now, so I was like, well, let's just see.
This is it.
But then when it did, I was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
But then it just like came down lower, and I was like, oh, okay.
I know.
That's still cool.
We were hoping slowly this was gonna go.
I think
But
you
then
just,
I love we tried to like make it better and like justify it more by being like, but like a lot of people died, right? Probably like
Yeah,
a lot
like,
of
so many
cultists,
of them are
like
gone.
casualties, yeah.
Like, when he was describing it, because he was like, it shifts and you see it start to move. And I was like, oh great, so we just structurally weakened it, and then we're gonna try and go climb up that bitch. It's just gonna fall on us, and we're gonna die.
we just made it
So
worse.
us.
That would have been, I was just going to say that would have been the most
That's very
Vox
much
Machina.
go.
Way to go.
Shit.
You guys TPK'd? What killed you? Our own hubris and
Yeah.
the tower that we tried to destroy.
Yeah.
What'd you do to the ladder? We took all the rungs out. Then we climbed it.
It definitely would have been like those failed demolition videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Well, like, I hadn't, it'd been a while since I read the Earthquake spell, and so when I first read it, I was like, oh, 50 points of bludgeoning, that's not a whole lot for an 8th level spell, but I guess it's a wide area. Oh, every round.
Oh.
That'll probably 2 of them. Oh yeah, no, that sucker's going down. I don't care how,
Wow.
I don't care how epic, and Trop, which by the way, I was so like, classic dark onyx tower. This is some Sauron shit, and like I wanted
Hell
a name.
yeah.
I was thinking of a name for the tower. I was like, Entropis. That's such a great name, entropy. It emanates death. It's gonna be such a. All right. D&D.
D&D. Yep. Yep.
What a bunch of assholes.
I love it so much.
Question for the players from @Nightslayer Dan. When did the GTFO alarm hit each of you?
Oh man. Mine was pretty early,
Pretty
but
early.
we stuck it out for like 2 rounds longer than I think we should have. But we were
I mean, it
we were
worked
kind
out.
of
You
hand
got
tied.
back.
Yeah.
You think you stuck it out 2 rounds longer than you guys should have?
Well, like early on, I think when Vecna was dealing out some damage
We
and
probably could have called it earlier
Yeah.
than we did.
yeah.
I think, because once we called it, then it was just get people in range so that we could do the plane shift. But yeah, we probably could have made that decision to bail. But I mean, I don't know.
I was kind of there
didn't
after
get that long.
the 5 paralyzed spells.
Which happened first.
First, I was like, ooh. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and when
That's
people started doing
nasty.
the math that most of us, because I have a +13 to my wisdom saving throws, and then when I am wearing my ring, my saving throw ring, which I'm wearing right now, my ring of protection, it gives me a +2. So I have a +15 to my wisdom saving throws.
Whoa.
And I think I'm one of the only people who can really, for sure, save from it
Because it was a
safely.
27 or
like,
something like that to save.
24 DC.
24.
Because then that was when a lot of
Can't
you
do
guys
it.
started being like, no, we all have to roll natural 20s if we're going to make it. And I was like, oh no, this is
gotta
bad.
go.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
But we
We
wanted to
realized that a
see.
hero's
Yeah.
feast wouldn't work.
We pushed the envelope. We tested the boundaries. We stayed in it. Some of
Yeah.
our friends got turned into dust. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
that happened.
You could always play Terry, like Sam suggested. What a bad idea. Well, let's give away some free shit before we continue.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Each week, we like to feature unique and funny
Dracula.
creations by you, the critters, including those gift-making skills. It's time for Gift of the Week. Yay.
That was awesome.
This week's winner for episode 102 was sent in by Peter Trin, aka @Peter N. Trin. Let's take a look.
You got it right there. That's so good.
Oh, that one turned out so great.
That's hilarious.
Let me tell you. As a dungeon master, it's simultaneously so satisfying and yet so heart-wrenching to create a scenario or to play through a scenario where your players react like that.
know.
You're like, oh man, it's the game.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
My job.
We can feel it though. We can see
It's
it.
Vecna. Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
That reaction
We'll
was
just walk in.
priceless.
It's not a problem.
Thank you to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Peter. You have won this set of Critical Role dice.
Hey.
I didn't drop it this week. Trained professional. And this mug, designed by Splat Crabernasty.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It moves
It
beyond
moves.
us. No, never mind. That
Mm-hmm.
was
It moves beyond us.
Oh.
Further
the
we get
names.
away
I'm
Yes,
look, I'm
yes, the name's
tired.
moving.
I didn't
No,
phrase that well.
It's okay.
I'm
You're
just-
right.
it-
Matt,
the trend. It goes on.
at Sir Muffins is here.
Sir Muffins.
For muffins.
Would
Nice,
Vox
Sir Muffins.
Machina at Sir Muffins, would Vox Machina have had the same chance to stop Vecna's ritual, or did Vox Machina take too many long and short rests since the pyramid?
Good question.
Honestly, they would have had a chance.
Okay.
I had timed events. Once Delilah saw them and knew the threat that was there, it was like, all right, we're gonna finish this ritual. I'm out. We have to escalate things and just get things done now. Far more prepared this time than they were the first time you guys advanced their timetable back in Whitestone. So as soon as that battle was over, it was kind of a ticking clock. Based on if you guys went in immediately, if you went into their things, there was a possibility if you'd spent a lot of time like gathering allies or trying to, come back super prepared, you would have come back through the orb to the Shadowfell, and there would have been just a giant crater where Tharamfalo once was. Like,
Love that.
and I thought that as a possibility. And then once you guys arrived, based on how fast you got to the tower, was going to be whether or not the ritual had completed, and there were different facets to the ritual, and that final rest.
Whoa.
Yeah. You just walk up and it goes.
Yeah, there was, like I was considering a possibility where, like, as the encounter happened, the teleportation happened while you were fighting Vecna, like, or if you could have stopped it, if you had done something in the middle of the battle. Like, there were a lot of different things that could have happened based on when you decided to engage, which is why I emphasize at this stage in the game, there's a difference between being prepared and being too prepared, because things will happen regardless of your actions. And going forward, that's kind of where you are. Unlike the Conclave arc, where once they had kind of, swept through the countryside, for the most part, they were all kind of rested on their laurels, and it was a little more of a, we can take time and try and figure things out.
Non-moving targets.
Yeah, kind of. Loosely. Like, there was a slow progression on their end, a little bit from their own interpersonal tension in the Conclave, but things are a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? No, gears are turning,
Oh, yeah.
and they're not going to stop turning.
Oh,
Stop
look at that, look at his
smiling like
face,
that.
look at
Stop
his face.
smiling like
Look at that
that.
maniacal
Taking the
shit.
cake away.
Yeah, take
I'm
it
taking the
away.
cake
Take it
away.
away.
More cake for that guy.
Look on his face.
He's gotten a
one
taste of
day.
dust and he wants more.
He's scary. He's thought about this so much.
I know.
Yeah, I like that we get at this point where now it's there. I mean, there are a lot of good things that can be done and some important and some necessary things to prepare for this, but you have to decide at which point you have to engage.
Well,
you
we
have
just
a-
rush headlong from here on out.
Yeah.
Could possibly go on. It worked great last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
Do you have
Great
a
idea.
favorite part of a campaign when you're DMing? Do you like the end? Do you like the beginning? Is it different with each group of people you play with, or is there a favorite part?
Well, for the campaigns that I had the opportunity to actually play to completion,
Yeah.
the denouement is wonderful. Few campaigns do so. You almost them just peter out, as most people who've played the
Right.
game know. You play and then everyone gets busy and then it goes away and the story never ends.
Yeah, or someone gets sent upstate.
Yeah, constantly. And a little farmer you can play with the other players, so they tell you.
Great exercise while you're playing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. No, and the only other campaign I've actually played fully to completion, a story completion, was my Ravenloft game, but that was also a much shorter term game. This, I'm excited to be able to finish a story, depending on however it finishes. My favorite part is the middle.
Is the middle. Okay.
And part of that I can say because that's the part I get to play most often.
Before they get too powerful, but not while they're like useless.
Yeah, this is uncharted territory for me too.
Yeah.
For most DMs and most games out there, no one gets to the epic levels other than like a small number of games.
Yeah.
And this is a new system, comparatively, that I've ever even considered epic level, and so a lot of this is trial and error. And part of what's great about our game, Critical Role, is that we get to invite the audience in to learn from our mistakes and learn from our victories and such, and kind of put it all out there for you guys. So, I'm just winging it best I can as we move forward on this as they are.
No,
'cause
we're gonna peter out and start leaving the game. Get busy and just
I
leave.
Yeah,
can run
probably.
just
Just right
now.
over
Probably.
Right now.
I actually have somewhere to be.
18, I'll stick around for. 19, I'm out.
This is for everyone from @Nat20Roller. On a scale of broken to disintegrated, how was your heart feeling after Sam pointed out that Tyrion had the pendant?
Oh, so good.
On a scale from broken to disintegrated.
And there's been so much good fan art based on it too,
There
so I
has,
think
there
it
has.
hit everyone the way
Yeah.
it hit us.
So good. I was
Well,
like,
and
oh,
then,
he's just having a ball back in Whitestone. He goes, oh, he's having a terrible time.
All of us just went gunk. I was like, oh no.
Never
hear
thought
then
about
I'm
it.
like,
8 metal thuds
Yes.
in our
thought
chest.
about that. Yeah.
Keyleth already deals with like guilt issues, and I'm like, oh god, I made those.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you did.
yeah.
So that's basically your fault,
Sorry.
too.
Oh, Terry. He's just
I
crying.
know.
That's the worst part. There was one
Buddy.
fan art of him on like
Yeah.
the bottom of his floor holding the pendant. When just right off to the side, there's Jody. You just see him going, Terry. And you're like, oh, just rip it out.
So twisted.
Oh, it's awful.
Matt, we kind of just talked about this a little bit, but @DarkLambus says, have you always had this as the end game arc for VM, or has it built over the 5 years you guys have been playing?
It's built over the 5 years.
Yeah.
I'd say I've had this endgame arc shortly after we started the stream. I've had different ideas. I didn't know if we'd go farther than the Conclave. You know, the Conclave was the main focus, and then once we introduced the Briarwood arc, and I got really deep into kind of like their involvement with Vecna and his history with Wildmount, and I've just always wanted to bring Vecna into a story because he's like, once again, he's a classic D&D lore. Like, I've loved the opportunity to do that. So I began developing that story shortly after we started the stream, and then when I realized we were in for the long haul and that we were going to keep doing this, you know, video show of our game, that I wanted to make this the final big bad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's cool.
Marisha, @Jasmine Dragon, my favorite kind. What was going through Keela's head when Vax died, but still had to focus on getting everyone out? Just butterflies and sunshine.
Yeah, just
Just be happy.
thinking about, man, like I could really go for a latte
Yeah,
right
yeah,
about now.
yeah. Do they still have those
Like,
unicorn
lattes like lemonade, I
frappuccinos?
think.
Yeah.
oh man, yeah. Keyleth, I think, has kind of started going into this assumed responsibility mode that I think she goes into like a mom during a crisis mode. Like, okay, Johnny just split open his forehead. It's okay. Calm. Get the
Everybody's okay.
napkins.
Yeah.
Get the minivan, pull it up, open the door, grab some towels. Like,
Protected.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all fine.
we're
Everything's
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
I will cry about this later over a glass of wine.
Yeah.
So she kind of went that,
the
but
heel of the shirt? I will cry over this
but
later over a glass
Yeah.
of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd buy that. I would buy that.
no, in hindsight though, like kind of like processing the moment over and over again, especially considering there's been a ton of fan art that's just like relive this. And
Yeah.
Relive this every morning as you check your feed.
thinking about the first time he got disintegrated and how like I kind of saw it, and then we were like, oops, retconned, and then like 2 seconds later he actually got disintegrated. And so you're kind of like, oh, you had this vision,
It's part of the foresight.
part of the foresight.
Yeah.
So in my head I've been justifying that like maybe we had this connection of the foresight where I could see it, which then leads you to the question of, did I put a curse on Vax to where he saw his death happen about 3 to 6 seconds before it actually happened? Like, did I do that? So now I'm like, maybe Keyleth will never use foresight again. Maybe this is like when she tries something for the first. This is kind of the first time she's ever really tried something where she's like, I'm gonna mess with time just a little.
See how it goes.
See how it goes. And now she's like, what did I just do? So in her head, she's like, if I saw that ahead of time, what did I put him through?
Matt, you said technically something.
Oh no, I was referring to how you guys saw.
Did he see it ahead of time? Did he see himself get disintegrated?
Technically, yeah, it's part of the foresight spell. However, also consider consider it was circumstantially that it got him the second time in a optimal situation where he's not held. Foresight would have saved him from it.
Doesn't mean Keyleth's not going to be gun shy now.
But then be gun shy. Spend it on shape change.
Let's get a Postmates with some Jamesons over to Liam's at once.
I know.
If you're watching, buddy, we love you.
I know.
Come on next week. There's no show next week. I'm an idiot. Travis, don't come down here next week.
Yeah,
Liam.
America.
Johnny the Liar is here with a question for you. Does Grand Poobah feel weak or ineffective when fighting flying casters? Ever wish he had flight in combat?
No. Nope. No, I think Grog he needs a firm foundation when he's dealing his death. I don't think flying around would go very well. I feel like that's like somebody that picks flying as their superpower, but is too stupid to pick invulnerability as well, because the first time you go drunk flying, you're just going to fucking kill yourself. Right? Like,
Yep,
I just feel like if I have not learned anything from Vex on her fucking broom and Vax falling 80 feet and taking damage, like, there's no way I would execute that well at all. I'd just be like, death saving throw, death saving throw, death saving throw.
And Grog lands on his head again. Grog lands on his head again.
I like staying on the ground.
Yeah. Ashley, Wall Whistler has a question for you.
Ooh.
Does Pike have a personal code around when she is willing to use divine intervention? What are those limits and how has she formed them? Those second parts of the question are obviously irrelevant if you don't have a code.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the code is just like when the shit hits the fan. You know?
Yeah.
There's nothing really like, when it gets bad, it's like, well, what else is there to do but just start to pray and call on your God just for help?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but also because of the conversation with Sarah and Ray before of seeing the vision of the last time, I don't know if she would show up.
No, she was like, I'm not going to be
Because
there
she's
with
like,
you.
I'm not going to be
true.
there.
Yeah.
So I was,
Yeah,
a
you
part
would've
of me was
wasted
a little
it.
like, was thinking she might not even
I would have thought that.
just nothing.
Like, I wonder if we could do it now, though, that we're kind of back
Now that
in the
we're back.
prime. Oh, hang on. Wait, we're in the Feywild. But she has access in the Feywild.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody
know
loves
if she would have
Feywild.
shown up there.
I mean, there's the divine gate that separates the deities, both the betrayer gods and the prime gods, from the prime material plane, seals them off in their own respective planes or areas of influence outside of the world. They can still, most deities can still converse and see and lend some of their power through, like the gate, I imagine like a lattice, meaning like there's small holes in it where they can send through servants or elements of their power, which is how they grant spells to clerics and paladins and those that have faith in them and such. But they themselves cannot pass through because they're too large. It's essentially kind of the easy way to describe it. So she still has, most deities can still speak with the faithful. They can still send elements of their power through, unless there is something guarding against that or specifically trying to. Like, for instance, a person who specializes in secrets and the unseen.
Huh. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
lot
There
to
was, I
unpack
mean, there's
there.
also a lot of, sort of as the cleric, you kind of are like, okay, I gotta make sure everybody's healed and okay. So it's just sort of weighing which is the most important option at the moment,
Yeah.
which didn't get to Vax in time. So, not that.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Oh, so many questions,
Well, the hard
but
part
we'll
is
see.
The hard thing with the divine intervention is it's an action to do so,
Yeah.
with essentially a 17% chance of success.
That's the thing,
So if it
because
fails,
yeah.
could you have used a heal spell and done
Exactly,
like
burn that spell.
100%
Yeah.
chance of doing something helpful?
Because there's only I think all of the times where I've attempted to use it, I think it's only worked that one time.
Yeah.
Where
Boy, did it work,
it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was
God
amazing.
fist.
That was pretty dope.
But it's scary when people are out on the field and they're dead or they're close to death, and you're like, do I chance this right now and then go a
Yeah.
whole round? So it's
Yeah.
hard.
I know.
I feel like also there's always that question of what's better right now? Do I do damage and just kill this
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Or do I heal? How close is it to
I feel
death?
I feel divine intervention is better served not in the heat of combat,
Yes,
more as a
that's what it
preparation
does.
element, or as an escape element, or something where supplementary to a battle encounter per se, because then you don't have to worry about that action economy.
Yes.
Chance.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard with those spells, man. It's hard to know
Spells
when
are
to hold them.
tricksy.
No, don't do it.
Don't
We're gonna
do
give away
it.
some more free shit. I love you, Travis. In addition to our gift, did you see my patented shit-eating grin, as Marisha calls it, that a bad joke was
Here's where it's
coming?
coming.
You slide it up like a bandana in the Wild West.
In addition to our gift of the week, you, the fans, create and send in incredible art for moments during Critical Role. We like to reward you for those as well. It's time for Fan Art of the Week. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's an incredible artist. This week's, excuse me? Tell me, Danny.
Kyle.
This week's winner was sent in by Kyle Santos, aka Black Salander. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Abs galore.
His art is unbelievable, and
Yeah.
this blew all of us
I
away.
thought there was
man.
only one lasso of truth. I don't understand.
Yeah.
They all-
That's such an incredible
pretty.
piece.
Right?
He is ripped.
He's ripped.
Yeah. I had
That's like
no
90. That's
idea.
like a 17 pack.
No idea Liam based his
8 levels.
character off of
17.
our
Not
producer
bad.
Max.
Looks like it's a little stronger.
That was really nice of Max to pose for that.
It was really nice of Max to
Yeah, man.
take a body cast of himself for Cal's. Okay, thank you to everyone for submitting. For your fan art, Cal, you will be winning this Red Oak deck box from our friends at Wormwood Gaming.
Gorgeous.
It slices, it dices.
It
It
holds your
does
shit.
not hold your drugs. Make sure to check them out on Twitter at Wormwood Gaming and their website at wormwoodgaming.com. Don't forget to send in your fan art and gifts to submit at talksmachina.com. Please include how you'd like to be credited if you win. Moving on with a question for everyone. This is from @DM of the Universe.
Oh,
DM of the
wow.
universe. Oh, man.
That seems.
not
I
Piss him
demand a DM off. Everyone. Well, whatever. What went through your mind when Vax was disintegrated? We kind of already covered that. All right, this is from @Madison
My
Patrick.
DM of the
I'll answer
universe.
that quickly.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Oh
Sorry.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Someone get the.
Sweep them up.
Someone get the old Dirt Devil out.
The old Dirt
Wait,
Devil.
do they still make Dirt Devils?
They do, apparently.
They
yeah.
do?
And there's a whole line of vacuum cleaners called Vax,
Vax.
V-A-X.
I didn't know that.
There are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I know, it's kind of brilliant.
Fucked up. Almost as fucked up as we were gonna have an urn on the. But we decided against it because there's some sensitive people who work here. Just kidding. Matt, this is from @Madison Patrick. No one that works here has a heart. What was the thought process between who Vecna decided to hold?
And trying to consider for Vecna, who's a hyper intelligent, the most intelligent thing that you guys have faced, and I'm not going into too much detail, but he knows everything about you guys.
Right.
He's a keeper of secrets and knowledge. Like he's kind of a weird antithesis to what Ioun stands for, which is why the corruption of her ziggurats kind of plays into his influence growing.
Whoa.
So he immediately knew and was waiting for you guys to come, and he knew who the biggest threats were. The biggest threats were those who had range and mobility. So immediately at Vax, who had divine powers and could move so quickly, can do burst damage very, very easily, and his deck saves were crazy, can avoid a lot of damaging spells.
It rolls over 60. I feel like.
Yeah, and flew up high. It was like, well, I'm going to hold him.
Yeah.
And then also hold Vex if possible, because she has easier range on it as well. And it was one of those things where, and I mentioned this on the Reddit thread too, Vecna is such his understanding of magic and the development of his magic, he creates a lot of his own spells and variations. He understands far more ancient versions of existing spells. So this spell that he used is like, it wasn't really a hold person, it was more like a hold monster variant. And he chose whoever was immediately dangerous, who could get to him and do damage to him soon. And that's why he locked down Sam, tried to lock down you, lock down Vax and Vex, and then from there it was everyone else trying to help to kind of cull the herd and eliminate the immediate threats, and then the ones that were slow rolling threats, they could then get to them afterward.
I didn't like 1 minute of it.
Loved it.
Ashley had she was saying, speaking for all of us, when you were like, I don't want any of it. Or
I don't
whatever
want it.
I don't want it.
I don't like it.
Wow, Marisha. Gray Beast 2553
Yeah.
has a question for you.
Okay, great.
Now the Keyleth is considering using True Resurrection. Will this warp Keyleth's look on their powers more?
They look on our powers, Vox Machina's
Being
powers.
basically gods, I think. Practically, basically.
Well, Keyleth also, I've never done a resurrection spell. It's always been you.
It's true.
You have it.
It's always been you. I'm pretty sure.
But you have a 9th level. You have true.
I have it.
Like what? Like true resurrection. I'm very curious
You're
to
16th
see like
level.
I don't even know what that
Or are you
is.
17th level now?
what. I don't think so yet.
I'll double check.
I
But
think
maybe
you're.
I should be.
Wow,
I think
she
I'm
even
just-
brought on the charming smile for that one.
I'll double check, especially after this past encounter. You might be cresting into 17th. But regardless, one or both of you would have access to that spell, yeah.
I know
Okay.
Keyleth has always been a little like woozy about it because I feel like she doesn't want to have that power. Like that's, I feel like in her head that's easy to abuse.
Because you don't think maybe she doesn't think she's mature enough for it yet. She can't be. She can't trust herself with it yet. You mean, or
I guess a little.
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just like a weird morality thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Once again, it's like a druid. She kind of has always felt like clerics bring people back. I deal with nature. I don't want to raise dead. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a raise dead type of person.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
But
For a boyfriend.
no, it's a little different now.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I kind of want to go. I don't want to say anything.
But what's cooler than a character's situation changing what they thought their moral decision would be?
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, isn't that character
every
development 101, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of
You,
the
you only truly know the other side of the spectrum once you're in that position.
You only truly know someone
When you've walked
When you
a
fight
mile in
truly
their elven
their
boots of haste.
half elven. Or were you gonna say something?
I was going to say that the moral implications of such high level magic is one of, I think, a very fascinating thing to explore
Indeed,
as
yeah.
characters. True Resurrection in particular, because once you have the ability to essentially bring back anybody from the dead who's been dead for like 200 years,
It's a lot.
That's what this is?
yeah, without needing a body.
I don't know what it is. I don't look it up.
Yeah.
It costs
No matter what.
25,000 gold.
No.
And what?
No.
No.
It costs 25,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Oh.
Wait, is that like a
Balls.
pound of feathers versus a
25,000
pound
gold
of
worth of
bricks?
Like we have to have a whole bunch of
Where
diamonds
they
worth
both-
25,000 gold.
Ugh.
And then what? Do you have to have like a piece of said person?
No.
You just
don't need it.
poof.
It just creates
It
a
just
new
goes
body.
Is there any sort of like you're gonna get maybe the nega version of that person since it's not?
Not for this spell because it's so high level.
Okay.
But
then-
Keyleth is still gonna have those concerns.
Well,
That's
consider-
weird shit to do.
Well, consider,
that's like wishing. Everyone's always like, I want to live forever until you think about it, and then you're like, I don't really want
No,
to
it's
live
pretty
forever.
awesome.
Well,
I'll live forever.
well, imagine if you had the ability to bring
the
back
best vampire
anybody who's
ever.
died in the past 200
I'll eat
years
everybody.
back to life, then who's to say that you have a better right to that than anybody else? What
Exactly.
if somebody said, my mom, who was a wonderful person, died when she was in childbirth.
Yeah.
Can you bring her back?
Like-
this one great leader, Uriel Taldore,
Technically?
who died in the Conclave attack. You could bring him back.
Yeah.
Why don't you? And then it gets to that problem of like who chooses who lives and dies.
Correct.
It's too much power
Keyleth
for one
has
person to
never
make that
wanted
moral
that.
choice.
Yeah,
but
she
it
doesn't.
needs
That's not
to
her
know.
thing. That's not her thing.
Right,
No,
but it
that's not her
needs to
thing at
know
all.
that.
That's why I love it. That's why
But
it's
it's a
so
different.
interesting.
But it's a
Already-
different choice, though. It's a different choice than that choice, though. Because she can have that standard, but that standard goes out the window when it's this close to home.
That's true.
There's a lot of things that I won't do, but if she was in danger or
Yeah.
someone in my family or whatever, I will do pretty much anything. I mean, I have weapons. I have
Silly string.
I have silly string. I have a little bit of brain power left.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, but it
But
does
no,
change
it's true
things.
though. Like
Yeah.
everyone, you have to be put in those situations before you really are pressured to do something that you would probably never do.
Yeah.
I don't know. She
Just think
doesn't
how
want
well,
that. She doesn't want
think how well
disrespectful.
foresight worked out. Just try a new thing called True Resurrection. I'm sure it'll be aces.
I've already thought about that. I already fucked with time once. She knows that Vax is like a paladin of the Raven Queen. Maybe he's mentioned this weird fate bendy thing, but it's never really fully been like
Fate Bendy
explicit.
is the official title in the campaign guide,
Yes,
by the
it's a
way.
fate bendy
I
thing.
like
Yep.
that.
Mhm. I remember you
Keyleth's
were
head-
distraught over whether there should be a hyphen or not.
And thank you for helping me clarify.
I was glad to help.
Lost
I was
sleep.
glad. Doesn't fall under my official duties, but I was glad to assist.
But
Sorry,
yeah, the weird fate touched thing, and that's never really fully been explicitly talked about or discussed. But so I feel like Keyleth is gonna think even if she does anything, even if she brings him back, when he's standing in front of her, she's still gonna be like, well, this is borrowed time. There's like only a moment of time before it's like, poof, I've served my purpose.
Yeah.
In her head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Or like by bringing him back, what's the cost? Because it's going to be far more than $25,000 worth of
And
diamonds.
pinky toe.
So question. So is it a different kind of ritual then?
That's what I
Or is
wanna
it just automatically?
There's like
It's
no
a far more
ritual?
powerful. I mean, as far as like the ritual that we do for,
Yeah.
Like the three
It bypasses.
offerings and the. Oh God.
Oh.
So just like you cast a spell and it's done.
it automatically succeeds. As per the resurrection rules that I decided, because it's the most powerful form of resurrection magic there is, and it costs so much.
$25,000 worth of diamonds.
Vex's shoe.
It's true.
Just tip it
your-
over,
empty your
and I
pillow.
bet you would be close. It would be
Tip her
close.
upside down.
Okay, we got to move on really fast. This is really good, but I want to get to a couple more of these. Travis, Salmaki asks, what made you pick Battlemaster over Champion? How do you think it reflects Grog's development?
Fucking anus. Like it just did not go as well as I had hoped. Like Champion, you crit on 19 or 20, and then I ended up rolling like 3 19s, which was just eating me alive inside.
Yes.
The Battlemaster thing I loved because Kevdak had it, and I'll never forget when he hit me and then he disarmed my weapon, and I was like, what? You knocked my shit out of my hand? So that's all I wanted to do. I picked you picked 3 maneuvers, and I picked disarming, tripping, and some other one that I can't remember, and didn't use any of them in that fight at all, just because we were getting obliterated. But I feel like if somebody has a casting staff or a weapon like that Death Knight and a crazy smoky sword, if I could
sword, yeah.
disarm that or take it and use it from my own, that seems very appealing to me rather than like critting on 19 or 20s.
Taliesin crits on 19 now because of
does, yeah.
level 18? Yeah. That's cool, yeah.
You just do so much damage.
That
when
was
you
crazy
crit.
this week, though, when you were like, just roll the Cabal's Ruin because the other one doesn't do nothing. It does
Yeah,
nothing. Ugh,
immune to non-magical weapons.
terrible. Ashley.
The Cabal's Ruin is immune to non-magical?
Yeah, he was saying that, no.
Vecna
He was
is
saying
immune to
that
non-magical
Vecna-
weapons,
yeah.
and
I
bad
remember
news is
that
not
horrible
magical.
part.
Bad news is non-magical. Ashley, Stephen David Dugan asks, now that Stephen David Dugan, now that Pike has come face to face with an evil god / near god, has her own faith been affected by the experience, and if so, how?
I mean, I think we'll still be processing that because
Yeah.
this all happened so fast.
Right.
But I think so. I think sort of seeing. I think it's the first time that we've battled a god this powerful, and so it's almost like, okay, so these things are real. Like gods are real. This is tangible. You're powerful. You're strong. So yeah, I think experiencing something like that would definitely boost your faith.
Yeah, I think so too.
Vecna's
Yeah.
technically not a
Technically
god.
not a
Right,
god,
but it
I
says
know.
near. It says near
But if
evil
it-
god / near
or
god.
like a soon-to-be god or a.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If that's just almost a god,
What's on his taxes
God
right
in
now?
training.
Like, what's the
Yeah.
classification? Is he like
Geo
a titan?
Intern.
Is he
God
a?
intern.
god intern.
Is he a super being?
We'll go super being, sure.
It's in the book.
Really smart guy.
Players, question for you from Lizzie Joy.
RSG.
Is it Joey?
Lizzie Joy. Did the recent battle in the Shadowfell and Scanlan's willingness to risk his life with Vox Machina, not to mention his clutch spells, influence your character's feelings towards Scanlan upon his return? besides just his spell ability,
Yeah.
did the recent battle make you?
No.
Did it change your feeling?
I was
toward him?
yes, I was glad that he was back. I think Grog is simple enough to realize that part of what he loved about Scanlan, and what he loves about Pike is there's like this tremendous amount of fight in this tiny little package.
Yeah.
Right. Like this little thing will fuck yo ass up
Yeah.
at any second.
Yeah.
So if seeing Scanlan like come out, do a bunch of badass shit, totally change the game, change the dynamics of how it was moving, I think he'll be like, okay, it's nice to have you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because I mean, getting us out, that was like a.
Dude.
Yeah.
If he didn't save that last counterspell,
We in it to win it.
we get to win it.
We need
That was the
Scanlan.
that, like, oh man, all this build up to get there, and I'm like,
I know.
he's gonna counterspell. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's on his spell list. Of course, he's
You
gonna
even
try.
heard Taliesin go like, counterspell it. And Sam's
Yeah,
like,
like,
I'd really
burn it.
rather not.
Yeah, I want to
You
save
know?
it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh,
If
right.
I had that plane shift
So
still come
smart.
in,
Really rather not.
if you would have like fucked that plane shift, we would have been in huge trouble. That was our only escape
Damn
ticket.
bad.
Yeah,
We'd
that
probably
was
be
it.
dead.
Clever little fish.
Yeah, I don't know how we would have gotten out.
Gotta try it again.
We only have time for a couple more questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so number one, we're gonna skip to 22. This is from Just Cold. When Matt was first using the words to describe Vecna, things like balding, tight skin, large teeth, funny looking, criminal, at any time did you think he was actually introducing Brian into the campaign?
Yes. I just wanted to ask if
I
you
am
had a Punisher
framing-
hat or not.
I am framing this card with that question because I love it so much. That was great. Matt, this one's great. This is 18 from Samuel 1310. How annoying is it having to wear pants again in the show now that you can stand up during the battle?
Thankfully, they're tear off. So like, I can when we go to break, I just yank them away.
That's why everyone laughs at the start of Critical Roles because Matt is snapping his pants back in after doing the reveal right
Yeah.
before we went on
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
He DMs the game, but he's also the warm-up show.
Yes, he's the warm-up comedian.
Gotta earn those dollars somehow, guys.
Yeah,
And not because Ashley is saying poop in a cup 1 second way too late.
I can't
Yes.
get the timing right.
3, 2,
Is that what you said? Yeah.
Poop in a cup.
poop in a cup. Nope, that's not even
Timing
close
is
to
not my
what
strong
they're supposed
suit.
to do.
God damn it.
it's not like 3, 2, 1 jump. It's like the
3, 2, 1.
it's before the one.
Poop in a cup.
Matt, someone asked, I can't remember who, but someone asked how it felt to actually use power word kill.
Oh, it felt good and horrible.
Good and horrible?
Well, it's like that spell is just such a delightful, scary moment. It's a 9th level spell, much like True Resurrection is like, oh, you auto success in Resurrection. Powered Kill is like, oh, you're under a certain hit point threshold, you just die. No saving throw against it, no death saves. Just go from like 100 hit points to dead.
If you're under 100,
If you're under 100,
Oh, that sucked.
That's a Vada
That
Kedavra.
sucks.
I
baby.
love it so much. It's so scary.
That
It's so
sucks.
scary.
Anything, what were we gonna say, Ash?
Oh, I don't know.
I do.
When Grog was sent away, I was just like, no!
Yeah, that sucks.
I had no plan.
You got sent to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
basically.
and they were like, because I was like, I'm just gonna pull the fucking thing out and start.
The deck.
But they were like, one more round. I'm like, okay, one more round.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I was just gonna be tossed up in the air like some poor patient in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
We had talked about, I was like, if everybody dies and for some reason I'm still going, I'm just gonna try to tell that guy to just send me to Grog. Just like the two of us could just die out there.
Yeah.
Try to take him, but probably die in the process.
No, we'll get
but that's
him.
okay.
Yeah, we'll smash him to pieces.
That would be fun. I
Oh, I'm here, Grog.
would watch that show. I would watch that show. That's all the time we have. We gotta go.
Okay.
Man.
That's all the time we have for tonight, folks.
Good show, good show.
Thanks for all the insight, guys. That was a great.
Of course. Thank
that
you for the
was-
cake.
You're welcome. Make sure to send in questions via Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag AskTalksMachina. Also, don't forget to send in your gifts and fan art for our weekly contests. If you're on Alpha, stick around for MS-DOS Machina in the dark. If you're not, we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. I would like to hashtag thank my guests, courtesy of @JesseIvy this week. Ravish Hulking Slam.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
Marriage on the way. Ellie BAFTA won,
Yeah! The one, hell yeah.
and Make You Cry Mercy.
Oh!
That's good.
That is really good, really good.
Well done.
Well, I am your host, Buying Wine Faster, and we'll see you next week.
I like it.
They did great. Until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Good night, guys. Yay! We're back. We're back. This show is great. All right, we have limited time because some of us have somewhere to be. Not me, I have no life. Roll for hosting.
Oh, yeah.
Beginning with you, Travis. We'll just go down the line.
Yeah, we'll go down the line.
8. What was that?
Wait, why are you rolling twice?
I thought you said I had disadvantage.
No, you missed the
lost.
second part.
Ashley, go.
Ashley, go.
So 8, 1.
That's a 1.
Okay.
Wow. Not hosting tonight.
19.
Oh, come on, Matt. Come on, Matt.
Boy.
17.
All
I think
right.
it's you, Marisha.
Oh, get it.
She's the most. She's actually the most experienced host of anyone here.
True. She sure is.
There's the pad.
Sure
Take
is.
your
Just
pad.
today down as your.
All right.
Okay, let's see. From next to everyone, including Brian.
Wow.
Wow, he included you. How does it
Okay.
feel to be included? What music are you guys currently listening to? Also, do you use it for inspiration, for writing and such?
Ace of base.
Oh,
Brian, you know music. You're really good at the music knowings.
I am.
Of
Yeah,
things.
I know a lot about knowing. No,
Yeah.
I listen to. What am I listening to right now? I mean, I'm listening to that Khalid record still. I like.
Yeah, you got me hooked on that.
I like Kendrick Lamar's new record.
Yeah, that's good
I
stuff
really,
on there.
really like the new Glenn Hansard record. I'm still listening to. Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Oh, I don't know if I've actually heard that yet.
Yeah, you have. The one that we have. The one we put on vinyl all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, the latest one, yeah.
I do put them. I thought that was a newer one.
Ooh,
I got
you
excited.
listen on vinyl?
Yeah, we're those hipsters.
Man, hipsters.
I listen to Pandora.
Pandora, yeah. Travis knows all the top 40 lyrics. Anytime a pop song comes on, Travis knows the lyrics. I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep. Yep.
It's pretty tight.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Matt? Lit?
No.
Because that one time.
That one fucking time. Thanks for them
I'm
playlists on
stupid.
Spotify. No, it's okay.
I know.
No, right. Recently, actually been enjoying a lot of the new Flaming Lips album. The Oscar Milati.
Yeah.
You say Limp Bizkit album?
No, Travis. Under no
neither.
circumstances would I ever say a Limp Bizkit album. And a lot of ICP.
Insane.
Matt, besides attending the Persona panel, will you be doing anything else at AX?
Oh.
Which is this
that's this weekend.
That's this weekend. I believe there is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure panel on Sunday, and I'll be doing that, and then some other things around. I'll be announcing as I look at my schedule and figure out what I'm doing.
Announcing as I see the Anime Expo schedule on the
Exactly,
internet later
basically.
tonight
Yeah.
and search for my
When I
name.
get there, when my handler tells me, you have to be in room 302.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But I'll be there for a good portion of Sunday. I'm pretty sure.
So, from why Trino?
Why try though?
That's good. I like that. I approve of that. All right. Why Trino asks Travis. Would you give up the Cowboys and root for the Redskins to bring Vax back?
No, fuck that. Vax is dead.
What player character would you be willing to do, if any? I'm going to assume no.
No one is worth switching to the Redskins.
Or the Eagles.
No. All NFC's competitors are off the. I will kill myself in seppuku before I switch teams. Matt.
For those of you
Raging.
during
That is still a bar stool.
There's the bone in this
because Travis was late during the quick break between the Twix show and the Alpha show, Travis discovered the picture that we've had up for an hour and a half of him in an Eagles outfit, and he's like, I'm gonna kill whoever did that. Chicken flying out of his fucking mouth. There it is. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
You do. You look. He's so excited.
It's like he's home.
I'm gonna fucking. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
well, it also kind of has a bit of like a Vulcan salute kind of going on.
Oh my god.
It's nice.
Having a good
I love you,
time.
Dak Prescott. Carson wants to kiss my ass.
Oh man. What's the code? What do I do to? That's the camera. Nope. That's nuts.
Try.
I don't know
This
what's
probably
happening.
looks really bad on stream, but not the first time.
Oh,
not
there we
the
go. There we
first time.
go.
That'd be cool.
I've had to punch numbers into a woman's thigh to unlock questions.
Very Blade Runner review.
I'm gonna stop.
Funny.
That got layered.
That's
Never gonna hold.
That's a new Cyberpunk class, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. The thigh puncher.
The thigh puncher?
Yeah.
Okay, I like another username that I approve of. Walking deadlift.
Oh wow.
Oh, tight.
Oh,
Travis
I
would
bet
like
Travis
that.
likes
It's good.
that.
It's good.
Raise the
The
jock
resident.
roof.
Asks
Deadlift.
all of us.
Yes.
After an emotional episode like 102, they used a reference. I like that about them. What do you do to decompress?
After the episode?
Mario Kart.
Taco Bell?
Mario Kart.
After Thursday nights?
We usually hit Taco
Yeah, I
Bell
think we
home
do
Taco
play
Bell.
and then stay up
Yeah.
way too late talking about it and looking at Twitter and artwork and going, oh God, what have we done?
I pace
Yeah.
the living room a lot, being like,
Yeah. So, well, like she'll just like talk and decompress and pace around for like 30, 40 minutes after we get home. And I'm on the couch just going like, I know, D&D.
I know. Yeah.
I in no way check the internet and have 2 Benadryl and go to sleep.
You're
Really?
a smart man.
Yeah, I
Thursday
don't check
nights?
Twitter the same. I don't check
We
Twitter.
have
Yeah. No,
energy
you
after
never
a
check
game
the
usually.
energy. Yeah. You
Yeah,
never
we
check the
couldn't sleep
internet.
if we wanted.
You never
Check
check
it.
the energy.
You never
We're
check
too-
the
You
energy.
never
Rest
check
up.
the energy, girl.
Yeah, I need to go to bed because I know if I see stuff, I'll be like, oh.
yeah.
And then sometimes people will be like, why didn't you do this? You're like, and then you're like, I can't.
I don't know, man.
It's better to go to bed.
Hard.
Yeah. It's yeah.
I don't care about those people.
I probably go through what every
You're also a
other
barbarian.
critter goes through, which is just an emotional roller coaster.
Low expectation level for me.
All right. Let's see. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Mac is asking Ashley.
Oh, me.
Hello.
While away, you have been you have been imitated by Liam, Laura, and Matt. Who does the best Ashley Johnson or Pike impression?
Matt does.
I would say Laura.
Laura does do a great Pike.
But that's sweet of you. Thank you.
But I think
Okay.
you just pick up on little stuff because you're the one who's just like watching all of us, and yeah, I think you've got it down pretty well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Laura does too.
That is watching
us from a distance.
Oh, let's see.
This is why people pay for Alpha, Matt.
Yeah, I can see.
All that extra bonus content.
Premium.
So premium
We go
right
from
now.
unleaded to premium.
Yeah.
Between,
Extra 10 cents.
Yeah.
yep.
Platinum content.
Next question.
Next question
Yes.
from Tiamat ZX. Matt,
Yes.
what has been your overall favorite arc prior to this one? Also, happy early birthday.
No,
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the Conclave arc because it was such a build-up. It went a little long, but that once again you can't anticipate. Like it was the first time I've ever done something like that, and let the players drive the speed of the narrative, and we had all this is experimental. Like I see comments here, they're like, "Oh God, this was so long," or this didn't. I'm like, and totally power to you if you didn't like it or this didn't
Yeah.
fit your need. But I'm trying stuff out too. You know, most of the game is experimental in its own right, and you never know quite how it's going to work. That's part of the reason that D&D is so great. Is it's all kind of an improvisation exercise on all fronts. So I like the Conclave arc, but it did go a little long than I wanted. I think the Briarwood arc to me is one of my favorites because it was succinct, it was strong. It was our first dive into like really dramatic storytelling in this arc since the end of the home game arc,
Yeah.
and really tying in. It was the first really tying into a character's backstory heavily and like bringing that into the
It was
central
so
narrative.
sneaky too. Taliesin hearing Briarwood and going like,
Yeah.
not telling anyone for like a whole episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever end a game? You probably would answer this differently than everybody else, but do you ever end a game like, oh, thank God? Because I mean, this
Like,
week it
thank
was
God
like,
it's-
no, I want to wait. Hold on, this is a terrible part to end. But obviously we had to. But like, do you
Thank
ever?
God it's over.
Yeah. Do you ever like in an episode? Oh God, thank God it's over. I want to go to sleep.
Kraken
Just because
fight.
it's so intense.
Kraken fight.
Kraken fight.
Fight definitely.
Was a drag out.
Yeah.
That
We fucked that
It's
up.
just
killed.
Well,
Yeah.
slogs happen.
That was rough.
Like it's part of the role-playing game experience.
I think
It's
that one
hard
hit
to
the-
avoid slog.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, and once again, it was a new creature that no one had used, and based on the challenges there, it made it for a different, interesting fight. But in hindsight, also with a lack of proper spell preparation or understanding the truth, like all the scenarios around it, ended up being really dragged out and protracted. So
Terry was useless.
Wait, so slog
got us
being like a
busted.
slow.
yeah, slow, arduous, eventually the fun wanes a bit and it becomes just the challenge is more like, okay, let's try and finish
Let's
this.
just
you
try
know?
to finish it. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
happens sometimes,
Okay,
and
it
you
happens,
can't
yeah.
avoid it. It's built into the RPG experience a lot of
Yeah.
times. But yeah, that'd be the only one I'd say like, oh, okay, we can finally go home.
But that was like, wasn't that the longest one to date? And then we passed it with 100.
100th, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not try
That's
to
pretty
top
crazy.
100.
I'm not trying to.
No, I
top
know.
these
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I feel bad.
I guess last and final question for me
Ooh.
from Titian. Titian.
Titin.
Titian.
Titian?
Titian.
Titties.
What's the deal with sleeves anyway? Am I right? I know,
Sleeves
right?
are bullshit. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Was that the
Love that
question?
shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I love it.
Laura got me that shirt for my birthday.
Nothing-
Or no, for Christmas.
Christmas this year.
And I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
how it's become like,
Identified with you.
yeah,
I will.
Sleeves
it's a,
bullshit.
it's a signature
Well,
now.
then you open it, we all went, oh, well, that's obviously a Marisha shirt. It was
Yeah,
always
best
going to
I
be.
love
It was
it.
like destiny
I
coming
love
together.
it so much.
On Sunday,
favorite.
Father's Day, this past Sunday, Saturday, whatever, I'm drunk. My dad gave me a t-shirt that says, I
Yeah?
speak fluent sarcasm. And he thought he was so funny giving me that
that's-
shirt.
Did you see that on a
And
Facebook
Ashton
sidebar
loves it.
advertisement?
I think he did.
Did he give you the elbow going, you get it?
Yeah, he did.
You get
it?
He was
Yeah,
like,
because you're
he had this
sarcastic.
shit-eating grin on his face.
So cute.
Which is probably
There it
where I
is.
get it.
All right.
But I was
wow.
like, this is my sleeves are bullshit t-shirt.
Yeah. I still think Comic Sans needs to be next to like italics for
Yes.
sarcasm on the
Oh,
internet.
I know, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Comic
Comic
Sans.
Papyrus.
The official
Fucking
font of
papyrus.
irony. Comic
Papyrus
Sans.
is the official font of suicide.
Yeah.
The official font of menus and churches.
And
Yeah,
mansplaining.
menus and what?
And mansplaining.
And mansplaining.
I always,
tell you about
Whenever I
mansplaining.
read mansplaining on the internet of any like Facebook comment, I just it goes through a papyrus filter in my eyes.
That's hilarious.
Well, actually,
Actually. Let me tell you about
That's
mansplaining.
amazing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Talks Machina in the slightly dark, fluorescent-looking afterness. I am Marisha Ray.
we got it for a split second.
This is Splash You, Tom Hanks Mercer. This is Bride-tastic Titty Tassels. This is Ashley Bo Johnson on Netflix this season, Horseman. And last but not least, Travis Willingham with chicken in his mouth.
Oh, so
French
boring.
fry, bitch.
Travis Willingham, Travis French fry bitch Willingham.
Hashtag French fry bitch.
Oh, man.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's maybe Thursday.
It's almost Wednesday
in
Club.
36 hours. It's almost Wednesday Club.
It's almost Wednesday Club.
Oh, and this, I probably should have said this like way
Jesus.
earlier when more than people on, I know, people are already on Alpha watching this. Watch Dread. You already have a subscription.
Oh,
whatever.
there was- yeah,
I should have said
when does it
that
come
way
out?
earlier.
When does it come out?
Thursday
On Alpha or everywhere?
on Alpha.
Alpha Thursday and then that's it.
Alpha Thursday, and then we're talking about it.
Marisha, real quick, what is that?
Dread is from our new series, Sagas of Sundry. Starting Thursdays with a continuation of Dread.
Yep.
And I'm super proud of it, and it's going to be super awesome.
It was a lot of
That's
fun.
pretty
It
cool. That
looks
fucking awesome set.
incredible.
It's
It
looks incredible.
It's
like,
probably
look,
one of the
everyone's
coolest things
like,
I've been a part of.
Alpha, I don't know if it's like worth my money, and fair, but if you're going to pay $4.99 for something or use that free
promo code?
trial, use
it?
it for this. This is dope.
Shipmates?
You worked your butt
Shipmates.
off for that.
I think there's also a Saga to Sundry one coming out as well.
Okay.
But I don't know.
No,
Whatever. Just watch it. It's great.
Legitimately,
Tell people to watch it.
Dread
Love
is
it.
one of the
Somebody
coolest
saved
things
me
I've ever been a
salad.
part of. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to
I'm really
watch
excited
it.
for
It's,
it.
it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, fries though.
Okay.
I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you guys on Thursday.